Okie dokie. You know you have the cream on your face
Oh, I do?
for the podcast.
Oh, I do?
Okay. I woke up with something that wasn't necessarily a zit, but it was like a red dot right there. I've got some makeup on it. I don't think it's a zit, though. It didn't have anything in it.
I'm having some serious issues.
Why'd you do that for the podcast?
Why not? Hello, Hector Wasabi. Hello, Bruno. Albert. Very dude-heavy podcast so far. Hello, Michael Melkos. Oh, Christy Kincaid Norris, the Wordle champion of the world.
Really?
Hello, Yenna. Sin sent us $40.
Why?
So we can have fun. Thank you, Sin.
Sin, we need to pay you for what you've been doing
Whoa,
for us.
no, hold on. Hello, Kara.
It's very, very sweet of you.
That was very sweet. Thank you, Sin. I ordered an appetizer because you did that for us. Hello, Paula. Edison Al. Yogurt? Why are you yogurting out already? Hello, Dana. Hello, Kitten Drax. Stronger and wiser. Antoine, my man. Hello, Tracy, Christy. Hello, Mel. Hello, Taylor, my man. Hello, Terry Mib. Hello, El Prana. Hello, Angeli Boone, Casey. All right. Very distinguished. Hello, Brooksio. Hello, Hannah Herb. Where have you been? Hello, Christy. I do. I appreciate you very much, Sin. Thank you. Hello, Wheezy. Hello, ACNC12, Adrienne, ALP underscore 179. Hello, Patricia. Okay. Hey, you have her for a boss for a little while, then you'll be begging for me again.
Somebody said at first glance they thought that was us.
Oh, my
Just
God.
really quick, if you look at it, Shailene, I don't know if this is going to show up. Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers broke up, and somebody said at first glance they thought that was us. Which it might be. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Sin, this is authentic. I'm having some serious facial issues. So I have on my zit cream right now. And you know what? Oh, well, I have zit cream on. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Wasabi. Hello, Sandra.
Is everybody in?
I don't think Wheezy likes my long hair. She makes a lot of comments about it.
What did she say?
I don't know. I just don't think she digs it. I mean, it's okay. Not everybody has to dig it. I just don't think she does dig it.
It's really not that long.
Hello, Leah.
Alan thinks it's that long. Every day he's like pulling on it and tugging on it. My hair grows pretty fast. Mine goes pretty fast.
How am I high maintenance, Christy? What am I doing right now that's high maintenance?
You're begging for validation.
I disagree. Hello, Haven Eskind. All right, guys. Well, yes, stronger and wiser. A lot of people were predicting my demise last time.
Because you were in a funk.
Well,
the more they're commenting on,
the more everyone says I was in a funk, the more it put me in a funk.
Well, you were just acting off. You were off a little. Maybe it was leftover. I don't know. What was it?
Wheezy, you know, one thing I mean, I don't think this is podcast worthy talk, so we'll just talk about it here while we're just getting ready. But I've not been washing my hair like every day.
Neither do I.
Like every third or fourth day.
Same.
And I'll just wet it and put some coconut oil in it. I have coconut oil in the shower. Look how soft that is. That's soft, huh? How soft that is.
He has coconut oil in the shower, and he puts it all over his body. And I was afraid. My dad used to do baby oil in the shower.
Whoa.
And one day I stepped in the because growing up and we had small bathrooms, and my parents had a shower in the bathroom, so I would use it. And I got in it one day, and I did the splits, and my toes slammed into the wall. It was very scary because the floor was so slick. And I was afraid the coconut oil was going to do that, but it doesn't.
It's not that slick.
It's not. Baby oil, bad idea in the shower, but coconut oil, and I tried it. You told me to, and I put it on my arms and legs.
It's just
I rinsed it
moisturizing.
off, and you don't feel greasy. You just feel moisturized and soft.
But Wheezy, I also use I have a 3-part facial routine. What are the ones I have?
Obviously, zit cream.
I have a face wash, an exfoliator, and then a lotion.
And zit cream.
Well, I'm having a problem right now, so that's why I got all the zit cream on.
I'll tell you what, I think my hormones are going nuts. I've been breaking out all over the place too. Like, just cannot clear my skin up. But this too shall pass.
Christy, I just got it on Amazon. It's just like cold pressed coconut oil.
Yeah, and Kellie wants coconut oil because her stepmom uses it and has used it for years to remove makeup. And she uses it on her skin, on her lips and everything, and just swears by it.
Why aren't we talking about this on? Let's just talk.
Because you said this wasn't for the
podcast.
Well,
we can talk about this on the podcast. Give me something.
Now Alan's decided we're going to start the podcast.
Give me something.
So there you go.
Somebody's got to produce this.
Well, you said
Mickey
this wasn't
Mouse
for
operation.
The podcast. Testing 1, 2. Test.
Richard Myers. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Richard Myers. No. Dick Myers. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Dick Myers.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. This is my husband and my podcast co-host, Alan Evans.
Hey, trade in the house.
Diving right in.
Yes.
If you don't know, even though
he's back.
Good, because he was in a funk last time. We've all decided, right? We all agreed. Alan was in a funk.
Why was everyone predicting my demise, my death? They
that's
said
what they were saying.
I had messages. People said, you hit your head. We're worried about you now. You weren't the same.
You weren't the same.
Are you sick? Are you okay?
Were we fighting?
Yeah. Are you bickering with Kellie?
No, it was nothing like that.
Be nicer to her. Yeah.
It was nothing like that. But the reason I dived right into the podcast, in addition to, Alan's getting a lot of grief, if you've listened to the podcast for any amount of time, or maybe this is your first time joining us, we record our podcast on our YouTube channel at the same time. It's like simultaneously. And
that means at the same time.
At the same time. And it's usually around 8 p.m. Central, give or take. Usually it's give or a lot of take. I don't know, but it's usually a few minutes after 8 Central Time. And we have people join us from all over the country, even across the other side of the world.
Good night, mate.
Is Sam in the chat room tonight?
Sam is in the chat room.
Hi,
tonight.
Sam. I can't see.
It's the live studio audience.
It's our live studio audience on YouTube. And it's just search for A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. And if you sign up and subscribe, you get a notification when we go live and record the podcast. So anyway, before we hit the record button tonight, we're on YouTube and letting people file in. And as Alan likes to greet them all personally. So
yes.
If you want to be acknowledged by Alan personally, you need to get in the YouTube chat room. And friendships are being made. We've had groups get together because of this little YouTube group that is small but mighty and loyal. And Alan said, well, let's talk about some stuff before we hit the record button.
It was green room talk.
And then he's like, this stuff is so good.
Oh.
Shut up, Kellie. He didn't say shut up. He
didn't
stop talking.
Didn't say shut up. Didn't say stop talking.
Stop
either.
talking.
No,
Let's save this for the podcast.
Yes.
So here we are. And basically what we've been discussing is Alan.
What about him?
That's what we've been discussing is Alan. Alan's mood the last podcast. Alan's hair that he's been growing out for a while now. He started at the beginning of COVID, like the very beginning in 2020, March of 2020, got sick of it, cut it off, and then started growing it again. Alan's skincare routine. So this is going to be, I thought the year of Alan was 2021, but apparently I was wrong.
Okay, here's the thing. The more you called me out last podcast, the more self-conscious I became and the more in my shell I went.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
Well, there was, and
I didn't feel well.
Yeah. Were you feeling ill? Were you feeling under the weather?
I wasn't feeling ill. I just wasn't feeling right.
Did you eat something that didn't settle with your stomach? Was it a Super Bowl hangover? A lot of people have, depression and Super Bowl hangovers if things didn't go their way.
Maybe it was a Super Bowl hangover.
Maybe.
I don't know. But you know what? I'm back with a vengeance. And you can't see this, good, strong, dear, sweet, clean listener, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zits on my person. So I have these white dots on me right now. What's that stuff? You loan it to me. What is it?
Oh gosh, I knew you were going to ask me.
Oxy something?
No.
It gets rid of it. It gets rid of a
really
freaking
good.
zit in like 3 hours, though. It's
if you
great.
want me to talk while you go get it, I will.
Well, I can't run across the.
You can.
The
you
estate.
Can. I can. Believe me, I can talk.
Well, yeah, true that. But I can't run all the way through the back of the manor right now.
It's a Clearasil product.
Yeah.
It's the white tube with the bluish purplish top.
It works.
And I introduced it to Alan because my makeup artist friend Janine Galante, she told me about it years ago. You just kind of blob it on when you have a zit, and it helps dry it up really quickly. But for some reason, right now, I cannot remember the name of it.
Oh, babe, another update.
But I think it's what did I say?
A Clearasil product?
I think it's a Clearasil product.
Another update. I haven't. So I've got this big growth on my ear.
Yeah.
My right ear. Add this to Alan's ailments.
Yeah, it's almost like the beginning of a cauliflower ear.
Yeah. But so one of my really good friends, her husband, he's a friend of mine too. He's a dermatologist. So I took a picture of this thing on my ear and sent it to him. And he said he diagnosed it as a pseudocyst of the auricle. I have a pseudocyst of the auricle.
Okay. What is this? Is it dangerous?
Well, no, he said, okay, here's what he said. He said, pseudocysts of the auricle are sometimes difficult to resolve, often need drainage and pressure to keep it from reforming or other surgical techniques. They aren't dangerous, but quite annoying. You will likely need an ENT evaluation to discuss options for resolving.
Is he an ENT?
He's a dermatologist.
What's an ear, nose, throat?
Ear, nose, throat. Possibly occurred if ears are impacted by taking on and off a tight helmet, similar to fighters who get hit in the ear.
That's it. And your football,
Look at this thing.
Your motorcycle helmet's very snug. I know, honey. It's a big lump in your ear. You just have to decide if you want to get it drained.
I tried to stick a safety pin in it today.
No.
That didn't work.
Don't you, Alan?
What?
Go see a specialist. That's why we have insurance.
You just light a match to that safety pin and saves $40 copay.
All right, you do that. And then other things we were talking about in addition to Alan's, now it's what's wrong with Alan is his skincare routine. Alan has been doing something not only to his skin, but to his hair, and he is very proud of himself. Now, how did you come across this coconut oil solution?
You know, I think it might have been on YouTube. I think I might have seen somebody who said, don't wash your hair like every day, maybe every 3 days or 4 days. Yeah. But then you can just wet it and moisturize it with, because if I wash my hair too much, it gets kind of like brittle.
Yeah.
Dry, I guess.
Yeah.
So I put coconut oil in it. And I just got it on Amazon.
Do you do it to the root? Because I know for a lot of ladies with our longer hair, we're only supposed to like condition the ends and not the scalp because it makes your hair flat.
Well, I didn't know there was a difference, but I squirt about, I don't know, a tablespoon in my palm, rub my palms together, and then, just brush it into my hair.
And rinse it out?
Yeah, and then I rinse it out.
And you put it on your body too.
Yeah,
in the shower.
Then I lather it all over my arms and my legs and especially my knees and my elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's made a huge difference.
Huge.
I'll tell you, my dad, when I was a little girl, he used to put on baby oil in the shower before he got out. That's dangerous. Do not do that. And I was afraid when Alan started doing the coconut oil that we would have that slick tile. But no, there's no slickness or anything. And I tried it one time. I haven't done it as faithful. Usually when I'm taking a shower, I am in a hurry. I'm in a shower because I got to get out and I got to go. When I'm ready to, be leisurely, I take a nice long bath. I can sit in that bathtub for an hour and a half. I don't care. But I did it once and it really did work. I put the coconut oil over my legs and arms and then rinsed it off. And I didn't feel greasy. I just felt really soft. And you just got it off of like Amazon, right?
Yeah, it said it's for personal use. You can do all kinds of stuff with coconut oil. It's not for this isn't for cooking though. Mm-mm. This is the coconut oil for body use.
And I know there's the hard coconut, like in the jar. that you're supposed to like put in your mouth and swish around. It's supposed to be a national, it's supposed to like pull toxins. You know what I'm talking about? It's called, what is it called? Is it called coconut oiling? What's it called? Where you pull, it's called pulling.
Oh.
Because it pulls like, it's supposed to pull like toxins out of your system. I don't know how that works. And it's also a natural teeth whitener. So coconut oil apparently is a miracle.
Well, I'll tell you
Maybe
what.
We should have the Coconut Oil Council advertise on our podcast.
Maybe we're gonna,
such big proponents of it.
We'll do more coconut oil talk. But
I can't wait.
We have got so much on this podcast, babe.
We do?
Oh.
What do we have to look forward to?
We got letters.
We do.
Just a few. One of your favorite bits, one of your favorite segments is back, and it's back in a big way, guys. It's Kellie's Clap Back. Kellie claps back. I don't know what it is because I'm easily confused. And
we haven't done it in so long, you forgot.
Yes, and that's another thing we're going to do. Last podcast, I was so confused. I didn't know the difference between Dick Cavett and Bob Saget.
Right. Well, they do kind of rhyme.
Yes. So I'm bringing to you 7 things that people confuse every day.
Not just you.
People
everybody.
love lists. Yeah, most people confuse these things.
I was so confused today. I live in a state of confusion. I have too much on my plate and too much in my brain, and totally I just got confused.
Well, why don't you tell them that here after you do that?
All right.
Yeah.
Because it's so exciting. I know y'all are all waiting to find out how I screwed up today.
Right.
But you know what? It's hard to imagine. Here we are in February, but spring is literally almost here. So close to feeling that soft grass under our feet. But first, we need to get our lawn back. Thankfully, Sunday gets your lawn growing and helps to keep it healthy all season long. Now, most of us might not think about our lawns in the winter, but this is the time to prep for the year. You're probably thinking you have so much work to do to get it green and healthy again, but Sunday takes all the work out of it for you. You can grow a beautiful lawn without not the guesswork, but without the nasty chemicals. Sunday's custom plans include fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn, and with ingredients like seaweed, iron, and molasses. Man, molasses. Man, your lawn will be sweet, literally. You can also feel good with kids and pets being around it. All you have to do is visit getsunday.com, put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest, because it does matter where you live. They use soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan specifically for your lawn, not the lawn on the other side of the county, but your lawn. And it's delivered to your door when you need it. And you just attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and spray. It takes less than 15 minutes. Best of all, this stuff really works. Alan does it for us because, he's in charge of everything outside the house. And you love Sunday, right?
I love Sunday. It's all kinds of great results outside.
But it was that easy. You just attach it and go.
So easy. Just spray it on your lawn. Green grass. That's how I like it. That easy. And Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off. Full season plans start at just $129. And you can get 20% off at checkout when you visit getsunday.com/Lovin20. That's getsunday.com/Lovin20. That's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/Lovin20.
LOVIN20. That's your little thing. All right. So Emma Kellie, she's been taking archery, and she and I have signed up for bar class, which I just did before I came. And I'm just like completely, it's not a sweaty class, even though I do see some people sweat. I typically don't sweat a lot when I work out. These are like really isolated movements that you like feel the burn, right? Well, her dad scheduled an archery class for her tonight, which I was confused and I thought it was next Wednesday. But then I had this bar class scheduled, but the archery teacher was so sweet. She said she's not going to, this is the first time we've had this happen. She's not going to charge us, which was very nice, but don't let it happen again. And so it just got all sorts of confused. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It wasn't that much of a tease.
You live in the land of confusion.
I write everything down and I put it in the shared calendar, but this, I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it.
All right.
That's it. That was my whole big thing.
Well, that's a good skew.
But yeah, I'm getting better at bar. I'll tell you this. bad attitude, me. I have a terrible attitude in the gym. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I have had a trainer fire me before because I am so difficult. I've had other trainers where I talk the entire time because I'm very, very smart. You keep them talking, use them as therapists. And then when you only have 10 minutes left, it's like, let's just get a glass of wine. Anyway, some of my best friends have been, like that, unless they fired me. So anyway, I went to bar class with Kellie, and I'm trying to set a good example for her, but it's really hard because it's hard and it's new. And I'm not the youngest person in there. I'm not the oldest person in there, but I feel like I'm the most out of shape person in there. But tonight, I really felt like I did better for the first time.
Good.
But it took me several classes. I think this is like my 9th class or something. Mm-hmm. But I finally felt like, the move, I was able to do it easier. Mm-hmm. So I thought to myself for a minute, am I doing it wrong?
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'm doing it right, but I'm just getting stronger. And so that made me happy that I had a positive bar class.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Remember, I just told you to stick with it and you'll get stronger. It'll just take a while.
Yeah. And it does. Stronger. It does. And I am noticing a little difference there. So anyway, that's it. That's all I had to say about that.
Okay. Well, the Segue was from your confusion with archery and bar and just being generally confused.
Well, it's like her dad schedules stuff and then and he's out of town because he works out of town and then tells me when he scheduled it. I'm like, dude, I got a podcast to do when he's scheduling these things. I said, you ask me. That's it,
And as I mentioned on the last podcast, I didn't know the difference between Bob Saget and Dick Cavett.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about bar class?
No, I thought you were asking me something else about it.
Is there anything else?
No, because you brought it up again. I was done.
Okay. I just want to make sure we covered off on that.
I'm done.
Okay. So I have a list. People love lists. 7 things that are easily confused.
According to whom?
Internet.
You came up with this list on your own, didn't you? You know what? Every list has to start somewhere, Alan.
People love lists.
You can be the author and creator, originator of a list.
Yes. Okay, let's see if you know the difference between these things. First one, shrimp versus prawn.
Well, prawn is a bigger shrimp.
Well, that's what most people think. They think they're closely related, one being the smaller version of the other. The shrimp is the smaller one, the prawn's the bigger one. You know what? They're 2 different creatures.
Really?
2 totally different creatures. They're both decapods, meaning they have external skeletons and 10 legs, but that's all they have in common.
What's the difference?
They got different gills, claws, pinchers, body structures, and they also live in different habitats.
Why do they both taste like shrimp?
Prawns live in fresh water, while most shrimp come from salt water. However, if you're going to eat one of these crustaceans, they do taste the same.
There you go. So who cares?
They taste the same, so people assume one's just a bigger shrimp, but they're not.
I felt that way about lobster for the longest time. I was like, why am I paying for lobster when it just tastes like shrimp? It's just expensive shrimp. But that's before I had good lobster. When you have lobster prepared correctly, it's very different, don't you think?
Am I your lobster?
You're my lobster, honey. But I've never had a prawn that I didn't think tasted just like shrimp. It's just a big shrimp.
Just a big shrimp.
But then, have you ever gotten in your head when you're eating something and you start obsessing about it too much? You can't think about it too much because then you'll gross yourself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think about prawns when I'm eating them. Little shrimp don't bother me as much as great big prawns. They kind of gross me out if I think about it. And calamari. I don't eat the tentacles, but if I think about those rings when I'm eating it, I can't do it. So I just don't think about it. Just keep chewing.
Big shrimp. Oxymoron.
Well, that's a prawn.
Jam versus jelly.
There is a difference.
There's a difference. You can spread both jam and jelly, but you'll be spreading 2 different condiments.
I know that jam, it's like smoother and jelly's lumpier when I'm spreading it.
According to Bon Appetit, jam is chunky, consisting of chopped or pureed fruit cooked with sugar, but not as chunky as a preserve. Preserve kind of makes me mental, because you bite into a big strawberry on your peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I see what you're saying. But you also don't like chunky peanut butter. I love chunky peanut butter.
I mean, it's fine.
Sam from New Zealand sent us some chunky peanut butter.
It was New Zealand peanut butter. Good eye, mate.
I enjoyed it. I just finished it yesterday, Sam.
However, if you don't want any fruit pieces at all, you want jelly. Jelly is cooked fruit that's been strained, so it only includes the juice.
Yeah, but when you're spreading it, it's harder to spread, I think, than jam. When I'm spreading it over, I don't know. When I'm making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, nothing beats a good old PB&J.
I make a lot of PB&Js.
The kids love them. You can't go wrong.
I make a lot of PB&Js. Donkey versus a mule. Do you know the difference?
One can't procreate.
I know Amy Wilkerson does, one of our very best customers. She owns donkeys.
Which one can't procreate? One can't procreate.
I think a mule can't procreate.
I think that's the difference, right?
Donkeys, mules, and horses exist in the same family, but while it's easy enough to tell horses apart, most untrained eyes have a hard time differentiating between mules and donkeys.
Is donkey and horse make mule?
So much that most people assume they're the same animal. However, donkeys exist as their own species. Mules are a hybrid animal.
Of what?
A mule is the offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
I just said that. Donkey, horse, mule equals mule.
Why can't a mule be the offspring of a male horse and a female donkey?
I don't know.
Guess it's easier for the male donkey to mount the female horse.
I have no idea. I'm not going to sit here visualizing it.
Okay. This is one that I actually did know, babe, but a lot of people confuse.
I knew the donkey mule one.
You did. Poisonous versus venomous.
Well, I think if I had to guess, poisonous is something that you have to consume or have touch you. Venom is like inside it.
No. Yeah, I mean you're on the right track.
Venom, yeah. It's like venomous, the poison is within them.
Yeah.
And poison is something you contract. Does that make sense?
No, you're on the right track.
I am. I'm just not saying it well at all.
So, according to National Geographic, the term venomous applies to creatures that actively bite or sting others to inject their toxins. So, a snake would be venomous.
Okay.
A poisonous, on the other hand, applies to creatures that passively release toxins when you eat them or touch them.
There you go.
So, a poisonous
they
frog.
Don't mean to kill you.
Yeah, but if you eat a poison dart frog, you're going to die.
Don't do that. Just don't do that.
So there is a slight difference.
Okay. I sort of kind of
you kind of knew that one.
I kind of had it in my head, but I wasn't able to explain it.
You weren't that confused. You were a little confused.
Sometimes it's hard to explain a thought, a concept.
Okay, here's one that honestly I didn't know. Cement versus concrete. Cement. That was what Albert told me I was putting in my hair. Cement.
I always kind of assumed they were the same, but let me guess. Cement is before it solidifies into concrete.
According to Big Roberto Villa, there is cement in concrete, which is why the two are often confused. Cement on its own is a binding agent made from calcium and materials like limestone and clay. Concrete is made from blending cement with water to create a paste and then combining that paste with aggregates like gravel and sand. That's what makes concrete more durable. Think of cement as the milk to concrete's ice cream.
Okay.
Try using that knowledge, dropping that knowledge at a party.
Please don't be sharing that at parties. They will never ask you to come back to that party.
I may share it at the next party.
That is the most boring.
No, it's not. Where else are you gonna get this value-added content than on a sandwich?
Bozo comes up and says, "Hey, guess what I just learned?"
He wouldn't be a bozo.
Cement and concrete. Nobody wants to hear that.
Why do you gotta call him bozo? Okay, so you didn't know that one.
No.
How about jealousy versus envy?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
Envy is when you want something someone else has. Jealousy is when you're possessive of what you already have.
Ah, good one, babe. If you're jealous of someone or something, that usually means you're afraid that something you already possess is
from you,
threatened by a third source.
Yes, we use those words incorrectly all the time. And somebody said they think it has to do with the with the Bible, because it says envy is a sin, and so people will say, they don't want to say I'm envious because that implies I'm sinning. Just say I'm so jealous. But yeah, jealous is holding on to your possession. I'm jealous of my husband if I see another woman coming after you. But
that happens all the time.
If I want another woman's husband, I'm envious of her. See what I'm saying?
Yes. Meanwhile, if you have envy, that occurs when you lack a desired attribute someone else has.
Right.
To make it a little more understandable, think of envy as a typical two-person situation, while jealousy usually involves 3 or more people.
You didn't need to change your voice for that.
Okay. The last one, mercifully, is champagne versus sparkling wine.
I think you have to. It has to come from the Champagne region of France in order to be called champagne. Otherwise, you have to call it sparkling wine.
Yeah, check this out. How pretentious is this?
Well, that's right, isn't it?
While they both have signature bubbles, the difference between champagne and sparkling wine is as straightforward as it gets. It's all about where it's made. According to wine country, a bottle can only be legally labeled champagne if it was grown, fermented, and bottled in the region of France.
Thank you.
Of Champagne, France.
Thank you. I have some knowledge.
Anything else is simply sparkling wine, even if it's made from the exact same grapes.
Right.
Champagne is.
Right. It's pretentious. It is. But if you say sparkling wine, you automatically think I'm getting Asti Spumante or something cheap, but it's
France.
It's perfectly fine.
France.
And I've had some really expensive wine before. I mean, champagne before, or sparkling wine, whatever. I don't know. And sometimes the cheaper stuff, it tastes better. And if you're mixing it with fruit juice for a mimosa or a poinsettia, don't be wasting your expensive stuff. Don't, because the juice cancels all that out.
So, other than champagne, what do we need? What are we getting from France that we care about?
Croque Monsieur. They're so good.
Good eye, mate. What does that mean?
When I went to France, it was, I think, in the year 2000. My friend Amy. Why is that a dime?
You went to France
I did.
2 years ago.
Well, that's the last time I've been. My girlfriend's father worked with Lloyd's of London, and he would go over there on a business trip, and he was going to take his daughters and his son, and they invited me to tag along. I paid for my own way, but I thought that would be, I've always wanted to go to England. They were going to England, and then we went through the Channel and went to Paris. And I had a great, Parisians, they say hate Americans. They all say that. And honestly, I didn't have a bad experience until our last day in Paris. I was with my friend's boyfriend, and we started to get into one of the cabs. And the cab and my friends, the guy knelt and he put his knee on the back seat and leaned in to tell the guy where he wanted to go. And he cussed us out and told us to get out of his cab. For some reason, that was insulting to him because he put his knee on the back seat and leaned in to say, we're going to the hotel. I don't know. That was the only bad experience we had. But I'll tell you, in France, they don't use preservatives and stuff in their food. So we were eating the best bread and butter every day. We were eating every day. I had this croque monsieur, which is like a grilled cheese and with ham, but it has also cheese on the outside of it. I was eating those every day, eating our way through that city, and didn't gain a pound because they don't have all the junk and stuff in it like we have over here.
Tell you what, you got to love a country of 400 kinds of cheese.
I'll tell you what. And we went to the Eiffel Tower. We didn't go up to the top of it because we went to the Arc de Triomphe, and we climbed the steps to go to the Arc de Triomphe, that big thing with an arch in it, if you know what I'm talking about. And once we got up there and looked around, and you see everything, it's like, well, if we go up to the top of the Eiffel Tower, we're going to have the same view just from a different side of the city. So we didn't go up on that, but we did go to the base of the Eiffel Tower. And y'all, it was so scary. They scare you to death about pickpockets and they're called them, I think I'm not allowed to say gypsies anymore, but that's what they call them, right? The pickpockets that come around. It was really scary, but otherwise I had a great time. And I saw the Mona Lisa in the Louvre.
And they like Jerry Lewis. They think he's a national hero.
They do. They think he's very funny. I would like to go back with Alan someday. I'd like to go to
France?
I'd like to go back to Paris.
I have no desire to go to France.
I loved it. and I would like to go. We went to London, and then we drove up through we went through Stratford-on-Avon, Shakespeare's birthplace, which is beautiful. We went to Stonehenge. I do not recommend it. If you ever go to England, don't waste your time. It's literally a bunch of rocks standing in the middle of the field.
Wow.
You put on a headset
Way
and you
to
walk
undersell
around.
that.
I'm saving you time. Trust me.
Aliens brought it.
They don't know how they got there. So it's like, okay, so you walk around and nobody knows how they got there and blah, 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 move on. Waste of time. And so we went to Bath. Bath, I loved. Bath is the Roman baths are buried like several layers. It's like city on top of city on top of city. It's been 20 something years since I've been there, so I'm not really good at explaining it. But you go all the way down these levels and you've got the headsets on. Always get the headsets. That's how you learn everything. And the baths down there, they're still warm. They used to have spas back then.
Really?
Yeah. And they would show you what the spas used to be back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. It was super, super interesting. But anyway, then we took the shuttle to France.
There you go. There's France talk on the Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
I don't want to go to Italy with you.
You're more likely to get me to go to Italy than France.
Why are you so up in arms about France?
I have no reason to go to France.
We have no reason to go to Italy.
Okay, then I'll stay.
I just want to go.
I'll stay in God's country, Texas, USA.
Oh my goodness, you're being a butt. All right, listen. It's still early in the year, and you may have made a lot of resolutions and had the best of intentions, but now we're a few weeks in, and it's time to assess our situations. And you may realize it's time to leave behind the things that just don't serve you, like overdraft fees. When your checking account balance is running low, the last thing you need is an overdraft fee. But with Chime, an award-winning app and debit card, you can save your hard-earned cash without paying overdraft fees. And eligible members can also overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no overdraft fees. You talk about peace of mind. I mean, I've had a shaky hand putting my card down sometimes. Not only does Chime have no overdraft fees, how about no foreign transaction fees, no monthly fees, no service fees? And Chime has over 60,000 fee-free in-network ATMs at many places you're shopping anyway, like most Walgreens, 7-Eleven, CVS. You can access your money when you need it, where you need it. You can also send money to anyone, even if they aren't on Chime. Fee-free for you and no cash out fees for them.
So make your first good decision in 2022 and join over 10 million people using Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score.
Yay.
Get started at chime.com/sandwich. That's chime.com/sandwich. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Corporation, the Bancorp Bank, or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. See chime.com/spotme.
Good job reading, baby. You're good at that.
You got anything?
What? You've got stacks and stacks of papers.
Oh, look at all this crap. Okay, let's you want to go through some letters?
Yeah, I always love hearing from listeners. I'll tell you what I've started doing too. That's why I always ask if you've got anything. On my Instagram, I'm going to start asking, because I just think it's so, people listening to us are way funnier than we are. So I'm going to start asking like questions in my Instagram stories that can be used on future podcasts. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do at Kellie Rasberry. Follow my husband at
the Alonzo 1971.
You can find him there, and he might even decide to do some
you're doing
polls and things like that.
I've done these before. Now you're doing it, huh?
I am doing it too because it's fun to get feedback. And also, you can follow us on Instagram at A Sandwich and Some Lovin', and we'll start sharing those on future podcasts. But Alan brought so much stuff tonight. I'm going to be gleaning and culling the information from my most recent questions in my Instagram stories and bring that in a future podcast. But back to your letters.
Oh, letters. Yeah. Let's get back to letters. We got a letter here. This first one is from, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. Rocio. Rocio?
Let me see. Rocio.
My man. Sorry, Rocio. Subject, help. Hi, Kellie and Alan. Love the podcast. Love you guys. Love the lewd moments and the sweet ones. Big fan over here. Just wanted to write in because I heard you, Alan, talk about the watch your son has that is also able to make calls. Can you tell me more about it? And is it added as a monthly service to your phone bill? Thanks for taking the time to read this letter, and extra thanks for the laughs. Love y'all. So it is a Gizmo 2, Rocio.
I know I've seen billboards for the Gab watch. There's also a Gab.
This one's
right?
a Gizmo. It's a Gizmo 2. And I think that this one only works with Verizon. I could be wrong. But it's like a phone. I mean, you add it to your plan somehow.
But see, this is the thing. This is not on our plan. This is something his mother and stepfather got for our youngest son, Dylan. And I believe he's able to put 5 contacts on it.
I think so, yeah.
So he has, his dad, his mom, his stepdad, his siblings, 5 numbers, and that's the only people he can communicate with on his watch.
And you can send text on it. He can't type on it, but he can do talk to text, and he can send pre-written text.
And he can do voice memos, which is
cute. Voice memos is really cute. He sends us some of those sometimes, and then you can see where he is. Like, it's a tracker too, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, you can always tell where he is.
Are you sure that's the name of it, Gizmo?
Yeah, I'm positive because I looked it up before the podcast.
Yeah. But it's not on our plan, so we can't be more specific than that.
Yeah, it's called a Gizmo 2. Okay, this next letter is from Thomas. Subject, young listener. Hi, Alan and the rest. Wow.
That's cute. Well, they're a Kid Craddock Morning Show listener.
Yeah. I decided to write you guys just to let you know that Big Al has now cut intros down to about 10 minutes.
Well, that's an improvement.
Someone should tell him that he can chill out a little on introducing everyone for every single podcast for 10 plus minutes.
Well, who's going to be the one to do that?
Alan, I'm Tony, the one that sent you those Kellie sound clips a little while back. My man, just wanted y'all to know that you have at least one black male listener in me. Oh. Come on, man. We got more than that.
You want to take a poll?
Well, I can name Thomas and Thomas.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Take care. Thanks, Dixie Normus, a.k.a. Tony. You like that one? How come it's funny when he does it, but when I do it, you roll your eyes?
Oh, because I'm married to you.
Wow.
So anyway, y'all have to be the ones to break it to Al to stop introducing everybody ad nauseum, right?
I don't know. I don't have any.
We don't do
I don't
that.
have any creative.
We just basically say, "Hey, let's go."
I don't have any creative input on Al's podcast.
Well, maybe I should listen to it, and I'll give him. But I don't want to give. See, this is the thing. I don't give advice unless I am asked for it. So there's that.
The only thing I could relate is one time I was on the Black Planter as a guest.
Yes, you were.
And he told me what time he was going to start the podcast. Mm-hmm. And I assumed that they'd call me a few minutes before start time.
Right.
And it was a good 20 minutes before they called me.
Right. Because he was still doing introductions for 20 minutes. Yeah.
Right. And then I was at the kind of the end of the podcast. Mm. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Y'all got to give him some feedback.
Okay.
I'll listen, and I don't know. It's hard. I just know people don't always like criticism unless they ask for it or advice, right?
Apache Cowboy, another listener of ours.
There you go.
Yeah, my man, Kansas City fan.
You just went blank.
I did, but Sin Galvan in our live studio audience, one of our assistant producers, reminded me of that. She passed me a note.
Thank you, Sin.
Those next letters from Madison. Subject: shower curtain. I was listening to podcast number 395 and heard that Kellie didn't like the shower curtain touching her. Mm-mm. And then Alan said, "Yeah, how it gets stuck to your ass cheeks." And I immediately thought of this picture. Love you too. Love your 22-year-old. Love from your 22-year-old baby listener. And she sent us a picture. I'll show it to Kellie. Maybe Kellie can describe this.
It is a naked butt.
Yes.
With a shower curtain stuck in its crack.
And the shower curtain looks like tissue paper. It's so thin.
Yeah, it's probably, it says dollar store curtains be like and it's your butt. I hate a shower curtain touching me. It's so disgusting.
That's a big ass.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Look at the size of that.
That's a nice one. I should be so lucky.
Now wait a second. Is that a girl ass or
How
is
do
that
you
a
know?
guy ass?
How
I don't
can
know.
you tell? You can't tell.
It's a big ass, I'll tell you that.
It's a good one. And quit saying that. You're just saying it over and over to say it.
Saying what?
Stop. Enough's enough.
Stop talking. Okay, babe. Yeah, those are all the letters we have.
That's it?
We just had 3, yeah.
You don't promote that we're going to be doing letters and then just do 2 quick ones like that.
Okay, well, here, we'll do, why don't we produce on the fly? I will do this, which is Kellie claps back. Then we're going to do that.
And we have to talk about Tinder Swindler.
And then we'll bring it home for Jerome with our Tinder Swindler review.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. So your favorite bit is back. It's been gone for a while, but it came back in a strong way. It's called Kellie Claps Back. Because on this podcast, I have a undeserved, unfounded reputation for giving Kellie a hard time. And you know what? I see the messages, I see the emails, and they usually go something like this. Alan, you're the one Kellie married. Let me tell you something. I listened to Sandwich and Some Love for the first time the other night. I can't stand you. You need to be nicer to her. I've been listening to Kellie since she was on the Eagle with Kid.
I was never on the Eagle.
That was in 1862. I'm about to pass out. I'm so bad. You be nicer to her.
You need to breathe when you're doing that impersonation.
You're
going to pop an artery.
Swear to God, that's what these emails say. But if you...
Well, do you take any of it to heart?
But if...
Do you use it as constructive criticism?
But if you knew the way Kellie speaks to me, her husband, in my home, in this home, you would be horrified. You would be mortified. And therein lies...
This one actually occurred in our vehicle.
It occurred in Kellie's luxury SUV.
And I handed this one to him on a silver platter. Because, you know, I'm thinking...
See, she's admitting it.
You hadn't had a clap back in a while.
So here it is. Let me set the stage. I'm sitting in the passenger seat in Kellie's luxury SUV. Kellie is driving. Emma Kellie's in the back seat. We had just picked up Emma Kellie from school. Kellie was driving me to a Chevrolet dealer. Because I'm a common man. I drive a Chevy truck. I don't drive a luxury SUV like Kellie.
Please. He's got a fleet of Harley Davidsons. Don't let him fool you.
So Kellie was taking me to the dealership because my truck was getting its 15K service. And you know, sometimes Kellie claps back. They chop your head off like a guillotine. Like 1 minute I'm sitting there and then a freaking blade hits me in the neck and the next thing I know, my head's on the floor. Sometimes they hit like that. Sometimes Kellie puts me to sleep and then removes my head with a scalpel. And then I'm like looking around like, what in the hell? She just freaking removed my head. That's where this one kind of is classified. This cut like a scalpel. So here we are in the car.
I'm really having trouble seeing the difference, but go ahead.
So here we are in the car. Kellie leans over and shows me a text.
We're at a stoplight, by the way.
We're at a stoplight. She leans over and shows me a text invitation from a friend of hers who wants us to go to dinner with her and her husband. Alan, happy-go-lucky AE. Alan, oh, that's nice. Yeah, that'd be fun. Kellie, yeah, I think they're kind of different. Like, she's very outgoing and he's not as much, but I know he really likes you. Alan, oh, that's cool. He seems like a really nice guy. Kellie, yeah, I don't know why, but a lot of my friends' husbands really like you.
See, when you retell it, it's not as funny.
Yeah, I don't know why, but a lot of my friends' husbands
a lot of my friends' husbands like
really like you.
And he immediately, let me get out my phone and I'm going to write this down. And he does it in his voice notes. I'm like, I handed you that on a silver platter.
Why would, well, I don't understand why.
I don't know why, but I mean, truly, like a lot of like, and boys like Andrea Gulledge's son, like they like you. It's like, why? Because
what's not to like?
Is it because you're lewd? Is it because you're covered in tattoos? Is it because why?
Maybe I'm just a nice guy. Have you ever thought about that?
People listen to this podcast. They know that's not it.
Oh, come on.
They know that's not it. There's some reason that my friends and our listeners' husbands are attracted to you.
Maybe I'm just I have a friendly face. I don't know how to respond to this.
I don't know either.
I don't know why you're so surprised.
Maybe we should find out.
Why are you so surprised?
Why do your husbands like my husband? What is it?
What's not to like about me? Don't answer that.
Anyway, there you go. That's the big build up for Kellie claps back. Kellie's clap back. Kellie claps back.
That one cuts like a scalpel.
I can't remember how you say it.
It cuts like a scalpel.
Well, that makes it not hurt as much, right?
I'll live. No, yeah, it doesn't hurt as much, but you get the same end result. My head was lopped off, but same end result. I just didn't know what happened until I was like.
But I do need to get back to her about when we're going to go to dinner.
Well, we
need to look at our calendar.
Have our people
shared
have
calendar.
Our people get with her people.
Listen, the busy part of the holiday season is behind us, right? And it's important to reprioritize yourself now. We've been focused on everybody else, making sure everybody else is happy. What about me? What about you, yourself? So especially with days being cold and short, focusing on your health and finding a routine that works for you should be put to the forefront. Stay on track with your health goals thanks to Care Of's daily packs that make taking your vitamins easy to stick to every day. Care Of is a subscription service that ships high quality personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders so conveniently to your door every month. You just have to take a short, very in-depth quiz about your health goals. And it's not anything you have to stress about. It's really simple and fun and not really difficult at all. You answer questions about your goals, your lifestyle, and you'll get personally tailored recommendations based on your answers. You can stick with what Care Of recommends, or you can change your pack at any time. You can also retake Care Of's quiz as your goals and your needs change, so your recommendations evolve with you. Care Of's personalized packs are super cute. It makes it so easy and convenient to get everything you need in one little packet. You're not opening jar after jar after jar after jar and filling out those little plastic pill sleeves you get. You don't have to do that thanks to Care Of's little packets. You can just toss it in your bag and you're good to go. And those packets are also made from plant-based compostable film, if that's something you care about, and I know a lot of us do. Care Of's products are made from good-for-you, clean ingredients, backed by the latest science and research, so you can feel good about what you're putting into your body.
For 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code SANDWICH50. Again, to get 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code SANDWICH50.
Thanks for reading again, honey. Reading's been an issue for you tonight. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I still love you very much.
Uh-huh.
So on Tuesday nights, Alan and I typically don't have a lot going on. I did try to squeeze in a couple of errands, but yesterday you're hearing this on Thursday, but for our Tuesday night date night, Emma Kellie had some things from Christmas we still just had to get exchanged. I was like, let me run to the mall. I'll be home in time for Alan's and my, is that how you say it? Alan's and my date night. Because it's typically a night we don't have anything scheduled. And we go back and forth. Who gets to pick what we're going to watch? Either a movie or a documentary. Alan's already told me he doesn't want to get involved in another series. I don't know what your aversion is to that. We still need to finish watching Ozark. That's
because we have a lot of unfinished series.
Ozark.
Breaking Bad.
We're never going to go back and watch Breaking Bad. That's just off the table. We're just not going to do it.
Book of Boba Fett.
That's you. You haven't even watched one of those with me.
Well, my Ink Master.
Ink Master is a reality show.
That's a series, though.
I know, but once you finish a season of it, it's just the same. Anyway,
how many seasons do we have left?
I don't know.
They're bringing it back.
I know. I'm shocked.
2022.
And I wonder who's going to be on it. Is it going to be the same cast of players? They had some controversy before. I don't know. But anyway, last night, Alan is just flipping through everything. I said, let's watch something he's got a whole collection of DVDs upstairs. He said, I don't want to go upstairs. I don't want to go upstairs. I want to watch something down here. Okay. So
I was
downstairs,
that lazy. I couldn't even go upstairs.
So I said, well, find something on Amazon Prime. We have 2 Amazon Prime accounts. Find something we can watch on there because we're paying for it anyway. So he's going through 100 different things and finally settles on, per my little nudging, but I let you have the final choice, Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
I told him, I said, look at what the top 10 things are being watched right now in the country. Was that number 1?
It wasn't. It was in the top 10. I think it was like 6 or 7, something like that.
I think that Finding Anna or something is number 1 now.
Right.
I'm going to watch that too. That's a series and Alan's not going to watch it with me. But Tinder Swindler is what, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe max. Not even that long. It wasn't 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a little under 2 hours.
And it's about a guy who meets these women on Tinder and ends up taking their money. I don't think I'm spoiling anything for anyone. It's Tinder Swindler. He swindles people out of money. And there's all these memes on social media, and it's like this guy sitting on a private plane and these funny things. I'm like, well, I don't get the memes yet, so I need to go ahead and watch this documentary. Alan, I don't think, I said after it was over, I said, did you enjoy it? He's like, nah. Because I think he can't get the past that these women were so gullible.
Well, no. Hold on now. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was interesting, but the guy's a dick.
Yeah, he is.
And
con artists are dicks.
I mean, and he totally manipulated and played with these women's lives.
For like $10 million.
For like, this isn't just, $400, $500. This is thousands. This one lady gave him $250,000.
Yeah, that was one woman. But he does this over and over, not just to women. He would also con, friendly people, couples. He would live with them. And then how he was doing it was because they basically said it was like a Ponzi scheme. So he would steal money from Mary and use it to take out Sue and show Sue this wonderful thing, so he'd take them the very first date. They'd go to the most expensive hotel. Then he'd say, hey, I've got to fly to Amsterdam. You want to come with me on my private plane? He had his own bodyguard. Anyway, after a month of just, showering her with all these beautiful experiences, he has her convinced that his life is being threatened because he's so wealthy. He's like a billionaire, the son of a billionaire. And so due to security concerns, all of his accounts are frozen. So can you just help me out? Can you apply for a credit card and let me use it and I'll reimburse you? And so that's how it started. And I know a lot of people watch these women and they say, you're so stupid. How could you be that stupid? But like I told Alan, why would they have any reason not to believe him? He had just flown them to the south of France. He had put them up in the Four Seasons. He had room service. He took them out for bottle service and was spending tens of thousands of dollars just for one night out in a club. Why would you not think he had the money to reimburse you? And then he would show pictures of blood and people getting beat up. So you think this person has won your trust. Well, he's a billionaire. Of course he's going to pay me back.
And that's
which is really bad.
And that's the problem I had with it. So I tried to sympathize with the ladies because they were in love with this guy.
They thought they were after a month.
Yeah, they were like, this is serious. He's my boyfriend. He
was saying all the right things.
He was saying, yeah.
I can see a future with you. I can see making babies with you. You're different than anyone else. That kind of thing. And a lot of people are accusing the women of being gold diggers.
So they're all in.
Right.
Now, here's the problem I had with it. And I told Kelly, the first thing I said after we finished watching, I'm like, babe, I get that these women believed that he was rich.
His life is in trouble too.
Right. But if you're a billionaire, the first person you're going to go to when you have money problems is your girlfriend. I mean, as if I were one of those girls,
call your daddy.
I hope I would be thinking, no, wait a second. You're a billionaire. I'm the only person on planet Earth that you can get a loan from? Your dad can't give you a loan?
You want to
You don't know anybody in business that can give you a loan?
I know, but he's in hiding.
You can't sell some of your diamond to get a loan?
He says he's in hiding.
That was the part that
I know,
I was having a problem
but you want
with.
to believe. You want to believe so much, and it's just unfortunate.
So
but
this cat did 5 months in jail.
he got a 15-month sentence.
They busted him.
Served 5 months.
He only did 5 months, and he's out now.
And guess what? I just saw online today. I told Alan tonight. I said, I cannot believe this. He has got an agent in LA, and now he wants to do his own dating show. He wants to turn this into, I guess, a legit career. But as soon as he got out of prison, he's from Israel. He went back to Israel, and he got, we don't know what he's doing to get his money, but they were showing at the end that all these cars and the money he's got a model girlfriend and all this stuff. I don't understand. But it was really interesting, I thought.
It was interesting. I won't say I enjoyed it. It was interesting. That was the one.
Infuriating.
It was infuriating. That's a good word for it. The one problem I had was,
there's no resolution.
Why? I get that you're in love with this guy, but man, I'd be saying, what do you want? Why are you borrowing money from me?
I know, but he's so good at it, Alan. It's not just one woman he duped for $250,000.
I know.
They estimate he swindled about $10 million from people.
That is crazy.
It is crazy, but he's really good at it. He's just like a con artist. And his own mother, they tracked down his mother. She's like, I don't know him anymore. I haven't seen him since he was 18. He changed his name. He's out of my life. So there's no telling what he did to his own mother to make her reject him like that. So I don't know. It's just really interesting. But the thing I feel bad about is these women now are left holding the bag, and they're the ones responsible for paying off hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt. There's no vindication for them. I don't think 5 months in jail, they were all like, woohoo, the 3 women they talked to in the documentary, woohoo, we got him. I'm like, did you really get him? Because you still got to pay all those banknotes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just left an
unsettled
feeling.
5 months in the pokey, and he's back doing what he's going to do.
I didn't have a satisfied feeling at the end of it. You want vindication for everybody, and I don't feel like we got it. And if anybody hires him for a gig in LA, that's just wrong. That's just all sorts of wrong. There's got to be some crime that he could be held on, but I don't know.
And those a-holes that were around him, they were in on it. The bodyguard.
Maybe they just were being
the business partner. They were in on it.
They had to be in on it.
They were peeling off a cut for those guys.
Yeah, they had to be. But anyway, there's that. I don't know what we're going to watch next Tuesday night because it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's my turn. Maybe I'll just let us watch Ozark. We got to catch up on that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you pick it, I have to watch it. So
I have to watch it. Maybe I'll pick a movie instead. I'm going to make my daughter, I'm not making her. I asked her if she'd go with me to see Marry Me, Jennifer Lopez's movie, because Alan doesn't want to go see it. You're out, right?
Which one?
Marry Me, Jennifer Lopez.
Another J-Lo rom-com?
Yes, she's the best at that.
Whoa!
See, so he's not going with me. He's not going to go with me. If I could, I would invite everybody in our podcast family. Just let's go rent out an entire theater, and we'll all sit there and just give J-Lo all of our money, and we'll order big, large popcorn.
J-Lo doesn't need your money.
Well, I want to give her all my money, and I want to watch this movie. Her and Owen Wilson, who is not a nice human being, I think, but I still want to see Jennifer Lopez. I'm going to overlook that.
I get Owen Wilson, Luke Bryan, and Luke Wilson.
I don't know who Luke Wilson is. I think you're combining Luke Bryan and Owen Wilson.
Who's Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson was the blonde guy from
give me some.
That's my you're a freaking model. Isn't that it from Zoolander?
Oh, you're a freaking model. You just changed your voice.
You're a freaking model.
You're a freaking model.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's got a child he doesn't acknowledge. I don't like that. That gives me a bad taste. I think he's funny, but I don't like that. Anyway.
Okay. Well, all right, babe.
On that note.
On that awkward note, anything else?
No, I think that's good. I'm going to go. Thank you to everybody if you're listening to the podcast now who went to my Instagram stories and answered some questions. I'm going to throw some more up there. I think it'd be great conversation starters for future podcasts. So again, follow us on social media at A Sandwich and Some Lovin', at Kellie Rasberry, at the Alonzo 1971. That's on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm at Kellie Rasberry Evans. I gave myself my married name on that.
Mhm.
On my public one.
Oh, dime.
Well, I had to differentiate between the private and the public one. So I thought that was easier to do it that way.
Dime.
It's not a dime. It's just what it is, Adam.
Yeah. I have 2 also.
Well, there you go. What a pretentious jerk you are.
Clap back.
Well,
clap.
What are you saying to me every time you say dime? You're calling me a pretentious jerk
No,
every
I'm
time
not.
you do that. Yes, you are.
When you said you flew
That's the subtext.
No, when you said you flew to Paris on a G6 20 years ago.
I didn't say that.
With friends.
I did not say that.
And you were up there having caviar like the Tinder swindler.
I didn't have caviar. I didn't say any of that.
You were eating sushi on a G6.
I did not say that.
Oh, okay.
You're rewriting history.
All right. Well, I love you desperately.
Love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Y'all.
I don't love the Tinder swindler desperately. He's a jerk.
He's a jerk. But go watch it and see what you think.
Yeah, but go watch it.
If you haven't seen it.
And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. Yay. Yay. Oh, okay.
What?
Luke Wilson is Owen Wilson's brother.
Oh, there you go.
I get Luke Wilson and Luke Bryant confused because they look alike.
Who?
Luke Bryan.
They don't look at all
and
alike.
Luke Wilson.
I don't know about that. I do not know about that.
All right, peeps. Y'all have a good night.
Good night. Thank y'all for joining us.
We will see you on the social medias. A sandwich and some confusion.
Oh, are y'all naming it for me? Please do. I always appreciate that. I'll take any and all suggestions. Why was this not copying?
Get it, babe.
Why is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if that works.
Get it, babe. Good night, y'all.
See, it didn't copy. I don't know why it's not doing that. Thank y'all.
Talk skincare, workout, clap back, Tinder swindler.
What's the title of the podcast?
A sandwich and some zit cream. That's a good one. A sandwich and some. What was that thing called? A sandwich and some pseudocysts of the oracle.
That's
a sandwich and a pseudocyst. Hey, there you go. A sandwich and a pseudocyst, right there.
Sure.
That's what you want. There's how you spell it right there.
Okay.
A sandwich and a pseudocyst. A sandwich and cauliflower ear. I hope I'm not getting cauliflower ear. Look at this thing. Duh. I just want someone to stab it. Can you imagine? They'd be like,
why would you do that?
Do what? Stick it with a pin? Sin, it's not cauliflower ear. It's filled with fluid. Like this needs to be expressed. I'm seriously gonna have to go to the doctor for this. This is ridiculous. Like you don't really notice it. Just if I hadn't said anything, you'd never notice it. But if I do this, hey, look here. Hey, it's got its own little personality.
Well, you're poking it forward. You're pushing it out. If it hurts, do it.
Maybe I should send a picture to Dr. Pimple Popper. The other ear's fine, Angeli. So I do have this helmet that's tight, like instead of tucking my ear in and then putting it on, I just went like this. And like, you know, your ears, you don't really feel them, like, right? If they get bent or crushed or whatever. but I think something broke in there. I think it got, I ripped my helmet down and something got broken here. And I'm sure that's filled with blood and pus or whatever, because it's filled with something because it's squishy. Draw a smile on it. Oh, God. Why? Why is that gross? Christy, look. Ooh, look, you can really see it there. Look at that thing.
A sandwich and some pseudo.
A sandwich and
cyst.
Some pseudocyst. So wheels off. Sin, if I do pop it, we're gonna have to roll some video. Hey Carmen, nice to meet you. My name is Pseudocyst Evans. I'm not that old. I'm only about 3 days old.
So after we discussed your personal hygiene and your pseudocyst, what did we talk about?
Bar class.
Oh. What do we talk about after that?
I wonder if I put this white stuff on the pseudocyst, if it would get rid of it.
No. What else? Letters.
We did letters. We did things that are easily confused.
Oh. That was after letters or before letters?
Oh, I can't remember. That? Oh, all over my laptop, all over my camera. Look at that thing. Freaking pseudocyst of the Oracle.
And after some listener mail,
the name of my, we need to name my pseudocyst. Yes. What's the name of my pseudocyst? Wow.
Simon.
I think it's getting bigger.
Simon.
Why is it Simon?
That's the name of the tender swimmer.
Name my pseudocyst Simon?
Simon Pseudocyst.
This is so awful.
Because Simon was his pseudonym. It
wasn't
his real name. It was his alias.
I can't believe y'all are laughing at my misfortune.
His pseudonym was Simon, so your pseudocyst could be Pseudocyst Simon.
Pseudocyst
Simon.
Y'all are laughing at my misfortune, making fun of me, mocking me. Okay, Simon the pseudocyst. Tell you what, you don't want your own damn pseudocyst. Some bitch hurts. All right, guys, I'm going to go press on my pseudocyst, put some ice on it, and upload to stop talking. Love you guys.
Okay, I'm done.
Love me unconditionally, even though I have a pseudocyst.
Ta-ta.